What's up, Pack Nation? It is Pack here, and in today's video, I wanted to talk about NBA players that are right there to join the 90 overall club for NBA 2K20. What the 90 overall club is when you look at player ratings. If their rating is a 90 or above, they join the elite 90 overall club. You're usually 90 overall when you're pretty dang good in the NBA, even considered one of the best. In this video, I want to talk about the players who have an 88 and 89 rating and see if maybe they really should be 90 overalls. That's what I want to find out in today's video. Before this video starts, if you're one of the 75% of viewers who watch these videos and is not subscribed, don't be lame, be an OG, join the Pack Nation, and subscribe. Let's get this video started. Always at number 10 with Ben Simmons. Now, on the bottom left, it says 87 overall, and when you go to start today, they have bumped him up to an 88 overall. So they believe that he could join the 90 overall club. Now, Ben Simmons, his career was expected to be LeBron James. Like, he came into the league and they were like, yo, this dude's gonna be raw. He has the athleticism, he has the IQ, the playmaking ability. He had the potential to become LeBron, and yet he's coming to the NBA and he's not really there yet. And that's mainly because we all can agree that jump shot just isn't there. He can do everything, I think. He's honestly, in my opinion, a good defender. He has length. He is a good playmaker. He can score in the paint. Like, that's where he gets most of his offense, or almost all of it. He just has zero jump shot. Like, not even a midi. Like, he doesn't have it. Because of that, it kind of restricts his game, especially in today's NBA. Like, you really need a midi or anything. It's some kind of jump shot or even a floater, like something, and he doesn't have it. But here's the thing, the Sixers are at the moment 5th in the East, 23 and 14. Statistically, he is averaging 15 points a game, 7 rebounds, almost 9 assists, 2.2 steals a game on great efficiency, like really good efficiency. Now, the 15 points per game aren't really that cool, and even then, maybe 190 overall, it's averaging less than like 20. 15 points per game is nothing to scoff at. It's good, especially on a 57% field goal percentage, on 7 rebounds, almost a triple-double when you're looking at it that way. And he's a great defender with 2.2 steals. I do think he's right there. I think the only thing that's holding him back is that you don't even need a lot of threes, Ben Simmons, but man, you've got to at least score more. I mean, Joel Embiid's averaging 24, Tobias Harris is averaging more than you, and Tobias Harris is considered a worse player than you. So Ben Simmons, you were expected to be such a better player than Tobias Harris, and you're only 23, but still, statistically, Tobias Harris really shouldn't be averaging more than you. At least shouldn't be. So no, I don't think he should be 90 overall yet, but he's there. Like, he's right there. At number 9, it is Bradley Beal on the Wizards. He is currently an 88 overall, and the next best player on this team is Davis Bertans at a 79. This team sucks, and it's not because of him. It's just everybody else, and John Wall's been injured for years now. So Bradley Beal, let's look at his stats first. 27.8, almost 28 points a game, almost 30. 5 rebounds, almost 7 assists, 1 steal, on pretty okay efficiency, to be fair. They're probably double teaming him every possession, so he's not scoring great. 32% 3-point field goal percentage is fine. He's played more efficiently his career, but again, they're doubling him and he has to score. Like, who else is going to score on this team? So 28 a game. Even though that's a lot of points, and you could argue that, yeah, that should be a 90 overall, I think the efficiency is a little low. And again, people always make that argument, if you're making buckets, if you're getting buckets on a team that isn't good, it's useless buckets. Now, he's actually making a strong case to be an all-star this year. Not only that, they're arguing that he could be a starter this year in the all-star game, but the team is 12th in the East, 11, and I believe, 24? I think that if you really wanted to make him a 90, you could, but I understand why they wouldn't. If your team's not winning and you're not playing very efficiently, I guess very, very efficiently, it's kind of tough, but he's close. I think Ben Simmons is closer, but I do think Bradley Beal's there. At number 8, it is Andre Drummond on the Pistons. An 88 overall currently on the team. He's averaging a 17.4 point per game performance, which is career high for him. 16 rebounds a game, 2.6 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks on good efficiency. So, again, he may not be the offensive force that 90 overalls usually are. And I know I just said, name me 190 overall that's not averaging 20 points a game. However, I would like to make the case for Andre Drummond. Yes, the team is not winning. Like, they are 13 and 24 in the East, 11th in the East. Not a great numbers, but look at his team. Derrick Rose is actually doing very good. I'm not going to talk about him. Blake Griffin is always injured, so he never has his other star with him, who is, by the way, doing bad this year whenever he is playing. Christian Wood is just okay. Luke Kennard is a good scorer, but that's it. And then it's like nothing else. Nobody here is doing anything this year. Reggie Jackson's been injured. I mean, this team is just, they haven't had the talent. And Andre Drummond is not an offensive force. He's supposed to be everything else. He's supposed to be like a third, maybe a second option on like a championship level team. He's not a first option. He isn't this guy that's going to lead you to anything. He's just a great defender who can board everything, like legendary rebound numbers. And I think that he's really, really good. And I think that he should be a 90 overall. But because they're losing, they don't give it to him. I think he should be at 90 flat because 16 rebounds a game on 17 points per game on good efficiency, on great defense. It's like you kind of have to. At number 7, it is Donovan Mitchell. 88 overall, on the verge to being 90 now. Currently, the Jazz are 5th in the West with a 23-12 record. That is pretty good for the West. I even considered them contenders until I found out Mike Conley wasn't going to be very good for the team. But who knows? Maybe something will change now that they picked up Jordan Clarkson. But Donovan Mitchell has been easily the best player on this team. 25 points a game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal on 46% field goal percentage, which is a career high for him, on 36% 3, which is pretty solid for him. Like these are pretty good numbers overall. He does shoot a lot, but for the most part making them. Like I have no problem with him shooting the shots that he shoots. He averages 2.5 turnovers, but I mean it's fine because again he's doing a good job. I think his defense also is pretty decent. He's very athletic. I have no problem with Donovan Mitchell being a 90, especially at the level this team has been. He's only 23 years old, and I think that I can't give you a real reason why he shouldn't be. Like really, why? They're winning in the West. He's a good shooter. He's efficient. He scores a lot. He actually plays okay defense. Where's the he shouldn't be a 90 overall? He's the best player on this team. I'm trying to find this he shouldn't be a 90 overall excuse, and I can't find one. I think he could be a 90. At number 6, it is Pascal Siakam. Now, Pascal Siakam is an 88 overall, currently the reigning NBA champion. Now, on the NBA champion team, he is the best player on that team. Now, he wasn't finals MVP or anything, but he has been averaging points. First, he was averaging 20 points a game in the finals, which alone, I think, could get you in that 90 overall range. But the team's winning when everyone thought they wouldn't be winning. So that's first. They are 4th in the East, and they're 24-12. And that's without Pascal Siakam on the floor all the time, and they were missing Kyle Lowry for a while. 25 points a game, so that's more than the finals. 8 rebounds, 4 assists, a block, a steal. Okay, so for a power forward, his efficiency isn't great, but he doesn't really play like a power forward. He plays more like a small forward. He drives a lot, shoots. He has a 39% field goal percentage on the 3, which is good. Again, these are, at least comparing to Donovan Mitchell, I don't see a big difference. They're winning. He plays good defense. He's scoring efficiently for the most part. He's athletic. You know, this has actually been the biggest one of my roster update videos. Well, everyone's like, why is he not a 90? And you know what, man? I have to agree. He really should be a 90 overall. Now for this next one, at number 5, is a little controversial. Russell Westbrook. So Russell Westbrook is an 88 overall and lately has been playing a little better. 2K believes he should be 89 overall pretty soon. Like they've given him a +1 for start today. Let's just look at his stats for the moment. 24 points per game, which is better than last year. Less rebounds at 8 rebounds a game, 7 assists, 1.5 steals, on very poor efficiency on the 3-point line of 23.5% field goal percentage. That is terrible 3-point shooting. But his field goal percentage is about where I expect an average point guard to be. I don't say it's bad, but I'm not saying it's good either. It's solid, okay? But he's averaging 24 a game. He's averaging 8 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal. Like, he's playing good defense. He's playmaking. He's getting boards more than you would think for a guard. Everyone made fun of Russell Westbrook because he would pad stats. That's what people would say. This is the first year I feel like he's not doing that. Now, do I think he's shooting way too much? 100%. Stop shooting threes. Do everything else. You have James Harden, PJ Tucker, Daniel House, they can all shoot threes for you. You don't have to shoot threes, Russell Westbrook. Like, you don't have to shoot threes. You can play your game, facilitate, do floaters, score in the paint, and you'll be fine. And this is a contending team right now. The 3rd in the West, 24-11. You have James Harden, who could be the MVP this season, on your team, and you're still averaging those kind of numbers. I actually think last year, Russell Westbrook didn't deserve it because the team was not succeeding, and he was at the helm. He was supposed to be the best player, but Paul George low-key surpassed him last year. I think Russell Westbrook can return to 90. I don't think he should be above it because, again, Until he stops shooting threes and focus on that field goal percentage to be a little higher in his game, he'll be an easy 90. But right now, he should be about a 90. At number 4, it is Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker is an 88 overall. He is playing for the Boston Celtics, who are second in the East with a 25-8 record. They've actually been pretty solid this year, and he has been the best player. I believe it's close between Jaylen Brown and him, and maybe even Jason Tatum, but it's Kemba Walker, 22 points a game, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. The efficiency is about as good as Russell Westbrook field goal percentage wise, but his 3-point field goal percentage has been fantastic, which he shoots a lot of. I think you guys might disagree with me this time. I don't believe Kemba Walker should be a 90 overall. What is the requirement for a 90? You have to be an elite scorer, which I believe Kemba Walker is with 22 points a game. You have to be elite at another thing. His playmaking is only 5 assists a game, which isn't bad, but it's not like amazing. The field goal percentage regular is not amazing. His 3-point field goal percentage is, but the regular field goal percentage isn't. They are winning, so that does bump up your grade a lot, but I believe it's because it's been a team effort. I don't believe Kemba Walker's been playing like a 90 overall. I think he's been close. I think he could be an 80-90. But I don't see the elite defense. I don't see him as the primary reason the Celtics are winning when these two are also doing fantastic. I think it's a team effort, and that's why these ratings have been spread out for this team. I think the Kemba Walker should be right there, but not quite as a 90 overall. For number 3, it is Trey Young. No. He's an 89 right now. 2K believes you should be a 90 soon with start today rating at a 90. 28.8 points per game, 8 assists, great efficiency for being probably double teamed every possession, 44.5 field goal percentage on 36.8 3-point field goal percentage. Turns it over a lot, for almost 5 turnovers a game. He's elite at 2 things. He's a great scorer, like an amazing scorer, and a great playmaker. But you know what, man? This team is not winning. 8-28, 15th in the East. They have the worst record in the NBA right now. And I understand it's because John Collins missed games and stuff, but you've had a healthy team the past couple games and you're still losing. I'm sorry, but if you're losing like that, you can't be a 90. Like, you just can't. Someone who is at that level should be able to lead teams to greatness. Trey Young hasn't figured that out yet. I'm not saying this is his fault for losing, because obviously the team's trash, but he at least should be doing a little better, man. Like, come on. And that's why you can't make him a 90. You can't. At number 2, it is the Denver Nuggets with Nikola Jokic. Now, Nikola Jokic statistically has been doing worse than last season, but they're the second best team in the West, 25-11, 89 overall, just 1 off. But let's talk about that. So, 2 points less than last year, a rebound less than last year, an assist less than last year. Field goal percentage is worse than last year by fractions, but he has less turnovers. So he went less in every statistical category by just like a hair. And yet, the team is winning a lot. I take them as a little more serious team this year just because I feel like they've figured it out a little more and they're closing games better. And then not only that, you have Michael Porter Jr. who's low-key going off, at least for the moment. I think Jokic should still be a 90. The stats are still ridiculous for a center. 18, 10, and 6. And I know I said, name me a 90 overall that's not averaging 20, but because he's averaging so much better in everything else, it's like, you could still give it to him. An 89 is fine. I do think he's like on that verge, but he was a 91 last year and his stats are barely worse. So why shouldn't he just be 1 less? So a 90. And finally, at number 1, it is the most surprising team, the Miami Heat. 3rd in the East, 26-10, and it's Jimmy Butler, who is currently an 89. 2K thinks he should be a 90 overall. So let's look at the stats. Better than last year, even though he's playing more than last year. 20.4 points per game, 7 rebounds, 6.6 assists, 2 steals, half a block a game, on okay efficiency, not great 3-point shooting. The efficiency is not there, at least for the moment. But his team has been playing like a team and playing very, very well together. Even before Jimmy Butler came onto the team, because I believe he missed a couple games, they were winning without him because they just figured it out. A lot of it has to do with Bam. You gotta make that argument. But Jimmy Butler is one of the primary reasons. Do not get it twisted. Even though he's not scoring amazingly. Like, he's getting his points, but efficiently it might not be there. He is defending like a monster, okay? The effort he's putting in is a monster. The culture he's creating around these players is amazing because they're winning very, very much in a team that, if you look at it from a distance, talent-wise, you're like, why are they winning so much? Jimmy Butler has really proven himself. And, I mean, 7 rebounds a game, almost 7 assists, 20 points per game on not great shooting. Guess what that reminds me of? Russell Westbrook. And I was arguing that he could probably be a 90 as well. And not only that, Jimmy Butler plays better defense than anybody I've mentioned in this list so far. So I could argue that. And not only that, their team is winning, and he is at the helm of that. So I think he could be at exactly 90. I don't think he should be higher than that, but I think he should be a 90 for sure. But that's it for this video, you guys. Do you guys agree with me or not? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like my channel, give it a sub, and I'll see you guys next time.